A star was born in the National Football League on Monday Night Football, September 23rd, 2024. And that star was Jayden Daniels. A 38-33 victory for Washington in a day that Commanders fans have been waiting for over a decade. They finally have their franchise quarterback, and he outdueled one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League on the other person's home turf and pretty much ended another team's season here in 2024. It's simply unbelievable. I can't wait to talk about it with you guys and talk about the future of this Washington Commanders football team right here on the Commanders Report. Make sure you click that subscribe button because we're going to be covering every single second of the Jayden Daniels era here in Washington. I mean, this has just been unbelievable. Obviously, the defense needs to get better, and obviously there's still things that need to be done here in Washington before they become legit Super Bowl contenders. But one of the main cornerstones of getting this thing done and getting this team back to winning championships is finding the quarterback. I think they did that today. So make sure you click that subscribe button right now and help us get to 20,000 subscribers. So a little bit of an injury update to start today's post-game program. Austin Ekeler left the game in the third quarter with a concussion. Now, concussions can linger a little bit, so hopefully Ekeler will be fine to play next week against the Cardinals, but it is possible he misses time. Hopefully he doesn't, but he will be back eventually. Ekeler had an awesome game today, in my opinion, both as a running back and as a receiver. Had a touchdown today. He's been awesome to start this season. I was so wrong about him. I thought that he might have lost a step. But this has ended up being a big impact signing for the Washington Commanders. Can't wait to see him back on the field. So now I got my 5 game balls, and we'll start with the guy himself, Jayden Daniels, who had what I'm going to say is not only the greatest rookie performance in the history of Monday Night Football, not only the greatest rookie performance in the history of the Washington Commanders at quarterback, but the greatest quarterback performance, arguably, in the history of the National Football League from a first-year player at the quarterback position. It was that good. Time and time again, this kid would come up clutch on third downs, fourth downs. He was beating people from the pocket, getting to his third and fourth progression, throwing the ball down the field, making plays happen with his legs, too. He ran for a touchdown today, was contributed to 3 total touchdowns for this football team today. No picks through the first 3 weeks. This guy sees the field so well at such a young age. He has that dynamic rushing ability that makes him such a threat to an opposing defense. And then if you sell out for the run, he's got that incredible deep ball. You just can't win going up against a guy like Jayden Daniels. He's the perfect combination of beating you with his arm, beating you with his legs, and he showed tonight why this kid right here is the future of the National Football League. It's the greatest performance I've ever seen from a rookie quarterback, period. Now let's get to the other game balls here. Austin Ekeler. He did leave the game, but he was a huge impact when he was in the game. He started the second half with a huge kickoff return. He's been awesome in that regard. He had one brought back, a full kick of return for a touchdown earlier this season. 3 carries for 35 yards and a tud today. Super efficient. That's what you get with Austin Ekeler. Explosion, splash with Austin Ekeler. B-Rob is great for the in-between the tackle stuff. Ekeler is the lightning to B-Rob's thunder. And B-Rob also had a touchdown today, by the way. But Austin did a really good job. He's done a really good job throughout this season. I think he's more than deserving of a game ball tonight. Terry McLaurin, we've been talking about Scary Terry needing to get going. Boy, did he get going today, man. 100 yards, 4 receptions, and a massive clutch touchdown catch and one-on-one coverage to seal this one in the fourth quarter. Terry is such a downfield threat. We saw that today. There was a couple of hookups down the field that they even tried to get to him. And Jayden's his only 2 incomplete passes today were intended for Terry McLaurin down the field, actually. So you can still see that connection is still developing a little bit, but you can also see the potential that they have. I mean, Scary Terry, he's going to want a new contract next offseason, and given the talent that he has and how much I expect this connection between Daniels and him to grow throughout this season, I think he's going to be more than worth every penny that he gets on his next contract with this football team. We get to Brandon Coleman, left tackle. He didn't have a perfect game, but he went up against the legit number 1 edge rusher and Trey Hendrickson today, and I think Hendrickson only had 1 sack. Okay, so Brandon, I've been somebody that, has been very skeptical of Coleman heading into his first year of the league. I didn't think he had a good Senior Bowl. I didn't think he had a good final year at TCU. And I've been very skeptical of his technique and whether or not that can develop into year one. But today, I'll have to look at the all-22. We'll see how he held up. Maybe Jayden was just getting the ball out quick and Brandon was losing all night. But, if you only give up one sack to the guy that could have absolutely destroyed this football game and Trey Hendrickson, I'm going to give the person that blocked that guy a game ball. So congratulations to him. Then the final one here, I'll raise my hand right now and say I was probably wrong on Cliff Kingsbury. I put out a video earlier this offseason telling you why he would fail as the offensive coordinator of this football team. Now, I did say when the team drafted Jayden Daniels, he was a perfect fit for Cliff Kingsbury's offense, and if Cliff was going to have success with anybody in this offense, it would be Jayden. But it's just completely blown me away, man. This offense hasn't punted the football on fourth down in 2 weeks. That's unbelievable how efficient this offense is moving the football. Now, part of that is Jayden Daniels, obviously. He's moving the football really, really well. The run game's working pretty good, all that stuff. But Cliff Kingsbury is dialing up these concepts, man. I think he's doing a lot of creative stuff with the formations he's putting out there. In the pistol, putting guys in sniffer positions, giving his guys the best possible chance for success. So kudos to Cliff Kingsbury. I was probably wrong about him, and I couldn't be more happy that I was. So fill in the blank for me down there in the comments section. We talked a lot about Jayden Daniels today. We're still going to talk about Jayden Daniels a lot on today's show, but let me know down there in the comments section. Jayden Daniels is a top blank quarterback in the NFL right now. Is he already top 10? Because he surely played like it today. This will be the pinned comment on today's show. Coming up here, we're going to talk about our sponsor at Game Time. While I'm talking about Game Time, go down there and find that pinned comment at the top of the comment section and let me know, where does Jayden Daniels rank among NFL quarterbacks right now? With that, let's have a word from our sponsor here at Game Time, which is the fastest and easiest way to buy tickets for the sports, music, comedy, and theater in your area. And folks, we all know that experiencing a sporting event, especially a football game live, is unlike anything you can get from watching the game on your couch. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't waste time searching through thousands of tickets. What I love about using the Game Time app is that you get the lowest price guarantee on any ticket to any event, all-in pricing so you don't get slapped with crazy fees at checkout, and flash deals so you can get even cheaper tickets the closer you wait to Game Time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time today. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS, one word, all caps, CHATSPORTS, right down there in the bottom right of your screen for $20 off. Again, terms do apply just for that first purchase. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game Time. So finish up the show here with some takeaways. Plain simply, a star was born on primetime NFL football tonight. Plain and simply, man. Jayden Daniels really opened my eyes here. And listen, on this show, anyone that's watched the show for a long time has known that I have been managing expectations for this guy. He's going to have rookie mistakes. He's going to not be C.J. Stroud or Justin Herbert in year one. All right, I tried to manage expectations because, most rookie quarterbacks have those kinds of mistakes. Not everybody gets out of the gate the way that Jayden Daniels has gotten off to. But after 3 weeks, this guy has completely blown my expectations out of the water, and my expectations were relatively high. He had an over 90% completion percentage tonight, and he was throwing the ball down the field. He wasn't deking and dunking all night. He wasn't taking checkdowns all day. He was throwing the ball down the field, and he had the highest completion percentage in a football game in NFL history for a rookie. That is unbelievable to me. Putting up 38 points on the road in primetime, in your first primetime game of your entire NFL career. You know everyone is watching you, and you put up these kinds of numbers. And by the way, it's another touchdown there because he rushed for one. Still doesn't have an interception. This guy is putting himself in position and in the front seat ahead of Malik Neighbors, who's already a top 10 receiver in football, in my opinion. Jayden Daniels is the offensive rookie of the year in the league. And that's unbelievable, man. This kid is freaking special. Then we get to what I would do if I were GM Adam Peters. I am getting Jayden Daniels some help now. This team can win now with the way the offense is working. You just have to make the defense better. And with Marshawn Lattimore potentially on the trade block. All right, with guys like Xavier Howard still available in free agency. Make a move at corner. Now, they're hoping they're not going to do it, all right? They're going to have Emmanuel Forbes start for this team next week. I'm going to tell you this right now. They're not going to make this move. But if you have an opportunity to upgrade at corner, I'm doing it. I think Benjamin St-Juste can be a decent number 2 corner. He's had a couple of good weeks here these last 2 weeks. But Igbenogany, Michael Davis, Emmanuel Forbes, these guys are jokers. Get them out of there. Bring in somebody else, please, and get Jayden Daniels some help. Because if you do, this will be a playoff team in 2024, and that's the final takeaway that I have. Playoffs are in reach for the Washington Commanders, and just like with Jayden Daniels, I was managing expectations for playoffs this year. I was saying, it's going to take time to get this rebuild going. And by no means am I saying it's a guarantee that the Commanders make the playoffs this year, all right, especially with the way this defense is playing. But the offense is certainly playing well enough, and Jayden Daniels is showing that he can be the type of quarterback in year 1 that can carry an NFL franchise. All right, that's incredible. And with the way the Cowboys are looking, they look like, they're soft, plain and simply on defense. The Giants, we know, are absolutely terrible. The Eagles are 2-1. They're fine. It's going to be a battle for sure for this division. But, man, can the Commanders squeak into a playoff spot here if Jayden Daniels continues to play this way? I'm not going to rule it out at this point in time, especially if Jayden keeps it going. And, by the way, if the Commanders make the playoffs this year with this defense, you give the Offensive Rookie of the Year trophy to Jayden Daniels. I don't care what Malik Neighbors does this year. So you be the judge. Let me know down there in the comments section. Grade the Commanders' performance against the Cincinnati Bengals tonight. Give me an A, a B, a C, a D, or an F. For me, got to give them an A-. I can't go the full A+. I can give Jayden Daniels and the offense an A+. I have to give the defense a D+, C-. They held the Bengals to a couple of field goals, I guess. But this defense needs to get a lot better. I'm going to go A- for almost squandering a great performance from Jayden Daniels tonight, making this a 1-score ball game. Okay, so some final thoughts here before we wrap it up here on a Monday night. I think we witnessed NFL history today. I think we witnessed a pivotal moment in the Washington Commanders franchise's history. All right, because if Jayden Daniels can stay healthy, and we know this organization has a history of rookie quarterbacks that can run the football, getting hurt, and then their careers are over after that injury. All right, I'm not gonna bring that up, but this team does have a history of that. And I don't want to speak that into existence, but I just hope and I pray that this team and this coaching staff does not waste the talents of this young man, because he is special. And he has the chance to be a top 3 quarterback in this league within the next 3 years. And he can be easily top 10 by the end of this season. That's how good he played tonight. All right, so Adam Peters, if you're listening, Dan Quinn, if you're listening, I am begging you, get this defense figured out. Because if you do, Jayden Daniels is going to take you guys far. Make sure you click that subscribe button. We're going to have our preview of Week 4 versus the Arizona Cardinals tomorrow. If you want in-depth coverage on the Washington Commanders every single day, you better click that subscribe button right now.